Hey, so YouTube decided to demonetize me. It wasn't for something I did, but rather for something I didn't do. Upload. It turns out you can't upload videos for 14 years and then just suddenly stop. You have to keep going if you want to make money on this platform. So, I'm back. No, but really, guys, I am going to be coming back with several videos, both related to Eurobeat and video games. So hopefully this video will get the algorithm going a little bit again and get me remonetized. I know most people don't watch update videos, so I'm going to keep this fairly short. First order of business is this. My first live Eurobeat DJ set. For years, I have been doing sets that were pre-mixed in Adobe Premiere, but I finally scooped up enough money over the years to put together a vinyl DJ setup, which is behind me here. Make some live DJ sets. And not just do it live, but do it live on vinyl. I have been collecting Eurobeat on vinyl since 2018, and I have over 1,100 Eurobeat records, which is most of the Eurobeat that was released on the vinyl from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. I can store over 650 here, all of which is Eurobeat. I got the 2 turntables and the mixer. No DJ software, no modern controllers, no sync, just my turntables and my records. The DJ booth was actually hand-built by my dad. He did everything from cutting, gluing, sanding, and staining everything. It's incredible. It's made out of solid red oak. I told him I was going to buy IKEA furniture, and he was just like, no, it's a bad idea. It could fall apart on you. So he made me this, and I am so happy with it. It turned out even better than I expected. I'm proud to say that I finally have a dedicated space for DJing. This has been a long time coming. This is something I have wanted for years now. And there used to be a big gaming setup here, but honestly, I just wasn't using it. I have made my very first mix as a live DJ, and it's a 45-minute non-stop mix of classic 90s Eurobeat. So that brand new DJ set of mine will be uploaded to YouTube on a later date, and I will make it a premiere. So I hope to see you guys during that premiere as well. We can chat a bit. I also have one other Eurobeat set that I'll be releasing. It's another pre-made set that I made in software, but it is actually the first set that I have played in front of a real audience. I played this set at an actual nightclub / restaurant in Los Angeles. We did a Para Para Eurobeat / hyper techno event. I got up on stage at like 1 in the morning and played a half an hour Eurobeat set for people. And no, I didn't pretend that I was DJing live. I keep it real. I keep it authentic. It was an awesome time. I would definitely do it again. And it was well received, so I figured I would release that set and put some visuals to it. It's not going to be crazy like my past Eurobeat sets where I put like the year and the artist picture and all that stuff. I want to keep it simple this time. As fun as all that information is to put in, it's very time consuming to do. It's a simpler mix anyways. They wanted me to keep it relatively simple for Para Para. So relatively simple visuals to match. But that set will also be coming soon. Which leads me to talking about my game collection. A lot of people don't know this, but I had and technically still do have a very large game collection. And I'm not really proud of it. At its peak, I had 3,000 retro video games. And I spend very little time playing video games nowadays. I started collecting when I was 10 years old, which is back in 2008, and had been going at it since a couple of years ago. So I was in it for 15 years, going to thrift stores, garage sales, flea markets, wherever you could find retro games on the cheap. And I amassed a collection of 3,000 games. But I had never played more than half of those games. So I'm finally doing something I should have done a long time ago, and that is sell. I've already been selling most of my game collection. There are items that are never going to leave, like the Vectrex and my arcade machines. But as for the average PC game or console game that I've never played in my life, it's gotta go. I basically turned into a shelf collector. I was not playing my video games. So I'm sorry if this is kind of depressing to hear, but I am in a new chapter of my life now. And part of that chapter is a life without thousands of video games. Nowadays, I spend less than 4 hours a week playing video games. So considering that, I have way too many games. I have already sold 1,000 games from my collection, and I still have a ways to go. But honestly, selling has been the best decision I could have possibly made. It has taken a huge weight off of my shoulders and has helped me out a lot financially. I don't regret selling anything. The only regret I have is not doing it sooner. Remember, I was collecting for 15 years. So I'm going to be doing a video talking about my experience of selling my collection and what it was like collecting in the late 2000s, early 2010s, because back then it was good. And I'm also going to be talking about how I got into retro gaming in general, because it's kind of unusual. I was an only child, and I had no one to directly show me what retro games were all about. It was basically something I discovered on my own. So I'll be talking about my journey of becoming a retro gamer, starting to collect, and eventually realizing that I needed to sell. I still very much enjoy video games, but it is not my main hobby anymore. My main hobby is Eurobeat. I do so much more with Eurobeat than I ever did with video games, honestly. And now, why don't we talk about this? So, it's been almost 8 years since the last Forgotten Games episode, and people are still asking me to bring back the series. As fun as it was to make those videos, I have basically moved on at this point. I spend very little time playing video games these days. The series is over, but I am working on a best of Forgotten Games video, basically taking the best and funniest moments from each episode and putting them all into one video, basically a supercut. So I want to hear from you. I want to hear what some of your favorite moments from the Forgotten Games series are over the years. I did 17 episodes from 2012 to 2017. Only 5 years, but you know, in that 5 years, it was pretty much my best time on YouTube. I will admit, I had the most fun, even though the episodes were very time consuming and those videos made very little to no money at all. I still had the best time on YouTube doing those. I'm proud of my work. These videos helped me get into college and earn a bachelor's degree in film and TV production. That's what I did after Forgotten Games was over. Literally, I submitted 3 videos to the film department at San Diego State University. One was my first paid editing job, which I did when I was 17, and it was no small job. It had taken a couple of months to do that work. The other 2 videos I sent them were Forgotten Games episodes. I sent them Shadow President because it's short and sweet, and I knew it would be a good choice because in 2015, just a few months after I made that episode, I started taking a government class in high school. Every senior had to take this class, and I sent my government teacher the link to that episode. He watched it over a weekend with another teacher, and when I came back to class, he told me, quote, "We loved it. We laughed our asses off." So I was really happy to hear that. And he was a great teacher, so that actually meant a lot to me coming from him. I entertained the idea of showing the episode to my whole government class, but I knew that some of my classmates came from some of the countries that I showed in the video, so I didn't think it was the best idea for them to see it. But regardless, I think if there is one Forgotten Games episode that can be enjoyed by people who don't play video games, it's Shadow President. It's a good video, as long as you don't take it too seriously.
I hope you had a damn good reason for nuking Mexico. Of course I did.
The other episode I submitted to San Diego State's film department was Initial D Mountain Vengeance. Now, as you probably know, that episode is very long. So I told them, you don't have to watch the whole thing. Just watch the first minute and a half for the driving sequence, because that was an action sequence that I was really proud of. I used the Eurobeat song Remember Me by Leslie Parrish in that sequence, which I think was a great fit, but it came at a cost. It got a copyright claim. So I was never able to monetize Initial D Mountain Vengeance. So even though it's my longest episode and my most popular video by far, I have made $0 from it. But it's okay. The film department really liked that driving sequence, and they told me I was in.
What? You thought I was going to drift? In a Ford Escape with front-wheel drive? You're crazy.
So that is how Vectrex got into university and got a bachelor's degree. So I would not be where I am without Forgotten Games. So I want to give the series a proper send-off. So this will basically wrap the series up. Although in this Best of Forgotten Games video, I'm going to include some unfinished, unreleased episodes. I did a few episodes in 2014, 2015 that I wrote scripts for. I filmed, I did some voiceovers, but for one reason or another, I just never finished them. I think I lost interest and just realized they weren't going to be that good of episodes. I wanted to aim a little higher. So clips from those episodes are also going to be in there. I imagine this best of is going to be very long, but honestly, I think the series deserves it. Again, I wouldn't be where I am without making Forgotten Games. And finally, I'm working on a new series. It's been in the works since 2021, about 4 years at this point, and the reason why it's taken me so long to get it off the ground and running is because it's such a massive project. The series in question will be over 4 hours long. It's going to be a series of videos talking about something that is very near and dear to me. Post-recording update. I can't reveal what this new series is about just yet, but if you have been following my work for the past 5 years, then you probably know what it is. I can tell you that it is a scripted, heavily edited documentary series about a topic that I am extremely passionate about. It's a topic that hardly anyone on YouTube or social media has ever talked about. I could continue to be one of the thousands of channels on YouTube that talks about video games. Or I could be one of the very, very few people who has ever talked about this other topic. So that's part of why Forgotten Games is not coming back. And I know that people miss this series. People still tell me all the time they want to see more episodes. But the reality is that there is more than enough people delivering gaming content. We only have so much time, you know. I spent my teenage years making videos about video games, and I loved it. But now I want to spend my time working on something that is truly unique, something that I can be really proud of, not just as a fan, but as a filmmaker too. And I think I have something genuinely fresh to bring to the table. The runtime of this series in total will be over 4 hours long. This new series is longer than the entirety of Forgotten Games. That's why it's taken me so long to get it going. The script for the entire series is done, but I'm going to be focusing on part 1 now, just filming that, doing voiceovers, and editing that all together, and just working on them one at a time. There were so many times when I looked at the script and figured this is too big of a project, I can't do this. But then I reminded myself that if I don't do this, then nobody's going to do it. Or if somebody does try to do something like me, it's not going to be the same thing. There is tremendous history, incredible events that took place in Japan that people just don't know about. The more research I did, the more I realized I have to tell this story. So it turned into my big post-college project. I'm starting to get the wheels turning, and part 1 will be released sometime this year. So that is my update. If you are still here after all these years watching my videos, then all I can say is thank you very much. Your support really does mean the world to me. I never started YouTube to make money. It was purely a passion project. And I may disappear from time to time, but I am never going to step away from YouTube entirely. I don't ever see that happening. I love to make videos for you guys, and I love to read all the comments. Thank you very much. New videos are on the way from the bottom of my heart. Thank you guys for sticking with me. I will see you again very soon with some real content. Take care, guys.